May 25, 2005, writer David Foster Wallace gave a commencement speech at Kenyon College that later became his book, This is Water. The speech starts with a simple little joke.
There are these two young fish swimming along, and they happen to meet an older fish swimming the other way, who nods at them and says, "Morning, boys, how's the water?" And the two young fish swim on for a bit, and then eventually one of them looks over at the other and goes, "What the hell is water?"
While seeming like nothing other than a throwaway joke to win over the audience, it becomes the thesis, the main point to his speech about awareness. We often struggle with being aware of not just our surroundings, like the younger fish not knowing they're in water, but also how we affect those surroundings. Foster argues that we as people have a tendency to think of the world around us as a one-way street, where actions and attitudes only affect us, and we often see the world and those around us as bothersome and in our way. He calls this our default setting, how we think out of the box. He argues, though, that we have a choice in how we look at the world, that if we remember that those around us have their own experiences and their own problems, and that they're just trying to have a good, happy life like we are. We are not the center of their world any more than they're the center of ours. By understanding this, we live a happier, less stressful life, knowing that the person next to us is not trying to hurt us any more than we're trying to hurt them. If we think of awareness as something inside of us, how we see the world, attitude is how we treat the world based on that awareness, or lack of it. Our attitude is how we put our feelings into action out in the world. Every day, you enter classroom after classroom filled with other people, and how each of us display our attitude is like dropping a pebble into the water. If each of us comes in with a negative attitude, being rude, mean, with a lack of empathy, then we create ripples that become waves that can become overwhelming, making it hard to keep our head above water. This can be seen in fights, arguments with students and teachers, not giving others our full attention. We all know when we have felt disrespected or dismissed, but it's much harder to catch when we are the ones acting poorly against others. Often we don't even realize or know why we are doing it because we are stuck in our default, as Foster would put it. But what if we work towards calming the waters around us? A change in our attitude to something more positive rather than negative would calm those waves. A good attitude is like the flu, infectious. What we often don't realize is that we have more control than we think, and we can influence the world around us for the better or worse. How do we do this? Well, an article on the website Edutopia titled Unleashing the Power of Positivity in Your School gives some helpful tips on how to express a positive attitude. Stay focused on the upside. It is best for others and ourselves to try and stay focused on the positives in our day. Negative moments will be there, and these can take some of the power out of our emotional battery. So finding people and things that make you feel better is important. It is also important to be that positive place for others when they need it. Express gratitude. Remember that those around you that are being kind and giving choose to do and be those things. By showing gratitude for acts of kindness towards us, we let ourselves feel lucky, seen and respected by those around us, and express those same feelings back to them. Commit small acts of kindness. By doing something nice we did not have to do, we lift the spirits of the person we helped while also getting the positive feeling of seeing our good work. Be mindful of your emotional state. In a study looking at people's emotional states throughout the day, researchers found that when we let ourselves drift mentally, we often go to fears and worries. If you find yourself here, it might be a time to consciously redirect ourselves to more positive ideas. Infuse positive feelings into your surroundings. Teachers, you can do this by finding ways to make your room more inviting. It may be a big decorating spree, it might be letting in more light, or maybe playing pleasant music when the students are working independently. Students, it might be something as simple as a smile or a kind gesture like loaning the kid next to you a pen or a piece of paper. We are a family, and we have to remember that while our family has a responsibility toward us, we also have a responsibility toward it. A positive attitude will lead to actions that benefit not just our family, but ourselves. Thank you for watching.